So today I'm here with Kilo. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited to have you on the show today because you are my first male guest.
How you know I'm a male?
Oh, excuse me.
There you go.
How do you identify?
As a male.
Okay, see, you're my first male guest. Here you are doing the most already. But that's a big deal because I've only had women.
Why?
So it's a big deal because
No, why have you only had women?
I've only had women just because that's the way it's gone.
Okay.
It wasn't purposeful.
Okay.
I always wanted to have male guests eventually.
Okay,
You're just my first one.
I'm just fact checking.
You're only the third guest. So it's really not,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm very excited to have you here today. And of course, we are here to talk about men today. Men.
Yeah, I'm the first one that got to go through this.
You are. I'm
Okay.
sorry, but you are.
It's okay.
I feel like men are always at the center of some sort of controversy.
It's like y'all can't get us out y'all mouth.
We can't, but you guys, rightfully so sometimes, especially on social media, I feel like we're always talking about something that has to do with men. And the saying, right, is that this is a man's world. But is that still true in 2023?
I mean, ends with man. So,
You said woman starts with...
No, it ends with man. It's a woman's world and a man's world.
Okay, I see what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I mean, my girlfriend's...
I know what you mean. Like, I don't even know how to I don't know how to even target that. 'Cause I do feel like it's a man world.
Here's the thing. My girlfriends and I will talk about this sometimes.
Okay.
Where we're like, in 2023, is it still harder? Because I think a lot of women think it's harder to be a woman. I don't know, we have periods, we have to give birth, that kind of stuff. But like socially, and from what you have observed going on in our society, do you think that in 2023, it's harder to be a man than it is to be a woman?
Yes and no, because it depends on what part of life we talking about.
Right.
If you're talking about social media, I would love to be a woman on social media. Like y'all get everything. As a guy on social media, I don't think that is, even that one's kind of tricky because I feel like it's not harder, but I don't feel like we get the same
opportunities maybe?
Nah, I feel like women can kind of have there's kind of like a template for y'all. I mean, not all women, but you feel me? But you know what type I'm talking about. There's like a template, and I feel like y'all get away with the template more than men do. And then there is a template for men too. I call it all right, I'm gonna use music as an example. Like when it comes to rappers, right? And it's just an easy thing to reference.
Right.
I feel like there's this rapper starter kit thing going on where it's all you really gotta do is you could get jewelry, talk about violence, grill, designer. It don't even gotta be the same brand. It don't even gotta match.
It's like the starter kit.
It's like the starter kit.
Yeah.
And you're a rapper now.
Okay.
And once you do that, it's okay, now you don't even have to have talent. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think is the starter kit for women on social media?
Shit. Okay.
Be careful how you answer.
No, that don't matter to me. I think from what I see, man, we're only going off of what I see.
Yeah, of course.
So
this is your personal.
From what I see, the starter kit is you feel me? And I don't have a problem with it, but it's the starter kit is easy. It's bikini shots. It's club. I don't know. Everybody wants to be they want to do club appearances. It's let me see what else I'll be saying. Just here or
That's
international
what I was
too?
just about to say. We're in Miami, so we're biased.
No, I'm just saying international too.
Talk about international too.
Okay, so the thing is, the international girls are trying to be like the girls from here.
Ooh.
So they're trying to no, that's real shit. So it's just they kind of following that, but just going back to the categories. It's bikini shots. It's fucking everybody got a boutique. Everybody got, and that's what I'm saying. All these things are not bad things.
Yeah.
It's just, you feel me? Everybody got a boutique. Everybody is a fashionista. Everybody's a stylist. Everybody put that shit on. Everybody, and it's cool. That shit is cool to me, but it's the assortment of it is all the same. You get what I'm saying? But y'all get away with that.
I think another thing, based off what you just said, I think there are a lot more opportunities for women to make money on social media because our starter kit is so
Sex sells. You can say it.
Yeah, sex sells. OnlyFans.
And that's why I said it's not a bad thing. It's not bad to me. It's just what it is.
Yeah. No, okay. I think I asked you the question very broadly, but it's obviously a very multifaceted topic.
Right.
So I think there are a lot of like cold hard facts that support this idea that men have it easier or harder, in 2023 than women. And I want us to go through those statistical, facts later on in the episode.
Okay.
But based off of my personal observations, I feel like there was a time where women wanted a lot of what men had in terms of like social power, workplace equality. And, that's where feminism stems from and the Me Too movement and all that stuff. But now I've been seeing this kind of shift where women really want to step back into their femininity and they want...
Because they realize that shit not easy.
That's true. And
you actually gotta work.
Yeah. And I see a lot more women wanting to be stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home girlfriends.
And that's cool. Because like, bro, if I to be honest, if I was like way further in my bag and I was making like 7-8 figures a year, you get what I'm saying? After taxes, it's like my ideal woman would be like, bro, I'm not going to say I want you to just never leave the house, but I would definitely want you to be a stay at home. Because like, bro, who else do I want? Like, I don't even, at this point, I'm not trying to get political, but at this point, I don't even know if I want the school system to raise my kids or teach my kids anything. Like, you feel me? So it's like,
have like,
homeschooled. It's not necessarily homeschooled because I don't feel like you should, take away social interactions from your kids because then they can get kind of like armored and they can get like that's a fake boundary because they have to eventually enter the world. But what I'm saying is like the source of like where their knowledge and decision making is coming from should come from the person that they came out of.
Them. Right.
Exactly. Than myself. You get what I'm saying? Because we're gonna teach two different things. But honestly, bro, like even just touching on that, like I don't feel like, I feel like the climate is kind of like, I don't know, like I can't really, I don't know if, I don't really pay attention to what, like that part of what women want no more. Cause I sit back and I'm just like, cause I'm like, how can y'all say kind of like, how can y'all say, not y'all, but I'm talking about like as a whole, you feel me? Like we want to be this, but how you kind of present in ideologies and self and image, it kind of like contradicts
that.
So then I'm just like, and that's why I don't talk no more on the internet, because it's just like, you can get it, you can like say some, I'm not gonna say factual shit, everything opinion except statistics, but you could say something to somebody like, hey, like that don't really make no sense. Like, how are you? And people will
skip right over that.
And it's like, it's like,
that's
baby, you gotta choose a side, baby.
There's no fact checkers. You could really say whatever you want and people are gonna back you up or they're not gonna back you up.
Yeah.
But going hand in hand with that, I feel like a lot of women, because they want to step back into this feminine role and they want to be stay-at-home moms.
Why do I think
women want to do that? Like you said, we realize that
you gotta actually work.
It's not easy to work.
No.
But I feel like the way I want to connect this to men is I feel like this shift is starting to put a lot of pressure on men. So I hear a lot of women saying,
pressure how?
I want men to be men again. Like, why don't men, haven't you seen on the internet, like, why don't men go to war anymore? Now they're on TikTok.
Okay, and I get what the metaphor in that. But like the thing is, women got to understand that it's a slippery slope because, like, I'm going to be real. What the camera at? This one? This me? Right? This one?
That one.
The front one? Okay, so what women have to understand is we literally do everything for y'all. So if y'all do not like something as a general consensus, all the it girls and all the women that have an opinion and matter and shit are like, we don't like this no more. You think men are gonna continue to do that? No, we're gonna slightly shift over time ourselves to fit that. So now y'all like, oh, well, that shit is old. We don't like this no more. And niggas is like,
that's exactly where I wanted this conversation to go. Because I feel like because we are constantly changing our standard of masculinity and what we want from men, that can be really hard for you guys. And I feel like we need to hold ourselves accountable for that because
remember the flower boy wave?
Yes.
1 minute
we want toxic masculinity to go away. And now we're telling y'all that you're not masculine enough.
But masculinity isn't an image. It's like, it's spiritual. It's like trauma. It's PTSDs. It's things that men or women weren't taught. Like that shit is not, you can't dress a nigga up and then think he's not like toxic anymore.
Right.
That shit is not.
That's not how it works.
No, that shit comes from the inside. So like we got to start there. And people, I don't know, in this day and age, we work from the outside in. So until we flip that shit, and we got more resources, more everything. And
yeah. Do you feel like, I mean, of course, like I said, women need to hold ourselves accountable for the way we contribute to the issues that men face. But do you feel like if you guys kind of accepted that there are multiple expressions of masculinity and that it really does come from within and it's something that you decide for yourself and stopped worrying so much about what women want from you, because we're going to talk regardless.
Yeah. This shit is gossip.
How do you think you can deal with that?
I think I'm not a woman, so I can't really fully answer that. But I think like what I would say from a man's perspective to a woman is women should definitely start individualizing their wants, needs, and relationship like parameters to like their partner, not like, because like what women tend to do is feel like there's like this fantasy nigga, I can't curse, right? Damn, there's like this fantasy guy that y'all have in y'all head, and it's like, you know, when it comes to a person, like you gotta, there's from what I've seen, like there's a couple paths you can go with a relationship. So it's like you could either build somebody and hope they stay, you feel me? And like y'all, you feel me? You build somebody to your level, or you get somebody at your level, or somebody's above you. So it's like, I just feel that women have to take on what's in front of them, and they need to stop like going to like outside comparisons and outside. Cause it's like, bro, like, you feel me? Everybody's not, let's do it from a financial standpoint, because that'd be the main one. So let's do it from a financial standpoint. So it's like, bro, like everybody's not blessed to make a certain, I'm not even gonna put no dollar amount. You feel me? Because if you really know how to manage your money, you can make something else look like something else. But everybody's not blessed enough to, you know, be in a financially literate, disciplined situation. You feel me? So it's like women be like, I need my guy to do this. He got to do this. Have you having niggas on schedules, like relationship schedules? Like he got to do this week. If he's not doing that, and it's like, bro, like
then he's a bum.
It's not even he a bum. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's why I said I don't want to put no parent, but it's like I don't see women require certain things from people that are underqualified. Like, bro, he works at Amazon. There's no way this is about to happen.
No, and I love how you mentioned the comparisons, because
I see it all the time.
Yeah, because I feel like social media, I always bring up social media, but it really is a big part of our lives at this point. I feel like social media causes us to compare our relationships with other people's relationships a lot. You have these social media relationships on YouTube, on TikTok, you have rappers and their baby mamas, and I feel like we have a lot of expectations for men because we compare ourselves to what we see on the internet. And I
don't feel like there should be no expectations. You feel me? Because I feel like even like expectations to me in a man's world, head, whatever, is like challenge. But it's like what's the dialogues? That's why I said things should be individualized. So it's like comparison doesn't have to be a bad thing. I see like silver lining good in everything. You feel me? I just grown my mentality like that. So it's like, okay, boom. If you're comparing your relationship to somebody else's, it doesn't have to be like, damn, we don't do nothing. It could be like, damn, babe, like, you know, like, what if we started doing, like, let's do trips. What if we started doing trips, like work towards
and take it from a standpoint of this would make us happier, not necessarily I want to be like them. You're not like him enough.
I won't say that it will make you happier, because like, what if he don't want to, you know, what if taking trips doesn't make him happy or doesn't make her happy? I just feel like it's like, it should only be, not only, but the first standpoint it should be taken from is just like, we're doing something out of what we normally don't do to try and progress and grow the relationship.
Right.
But people just have a tendency to like, bro, she just got this, she just got a bag, like, or he just got this. And it's just like, bro, like, I don't know. People be going through real shit, and people just they so caught up in this social media shit. So it's just
right.
I don't know. You're gonna have to bleep me out a lot.
No, yeah. So I mean, social media it makes all of this a lot harder, and that's why I'm glad that you brought it up from the beginning. That it's just easier for women when we're talking about social media specifically.
Way easier.
Because
what?
You know, like social media is where a lot of these trends start. So like the men are trash trend.
That shit don't even bother
me. But how do you think that, because the media is important, like you can say that it doesn't bother you, but at the same time, what we're ingesting every day, the things that we are seeing, we can sometimes start to identify with them. So do you feel like it makes...
I don't feel like that. I feel like if you got a veil around you, like, bro, women have been saying men are trash since the beginning of time. That
you think so?
Yes. Niggas was beating their wives up in the 80s and 60s. They just ain't have an internet to put it on.
Yeah.
Like, yes, like it's been faults and negatives on both sides. Right. You feel me? But like you said earlier, you know, women have historically haven't had a voice. So now when you have a voice, you're going to say the first thing on your mind. So I understand where it comes from. You get me? But I don't know, like, I don't like, some men really is trash though.
Yeah. Some men are.
So that's why I stay out of the conversation.
So you're the kind of man that it doesn't make you feel any type of way if women say that men are trash. Because you know that you're not trash.
I know that, yes. I know the shoe don't. I was like, I grew out of a place.
I used to be.
Yeah, for sure. I was a fuckboy. Hell yeah. Like, you're young. You're inexperienced. I didn't know better. Like, and I was raised by 5 women. You feel me? But you still try to divorce and whatever. But nah, I came from a place so I feel, you know, mature enough and responsible enough to, you know, be able to speak on it.
Right.
Because, bro, I know how I was. Yeah. So I'm not going to act like I don't know how I was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I just stay out of the conversations, bro, because I'd be like, you know, like, I don't even want to. Then I'll be seeing guys, they be in full out Twitter back, like, what? This is why you're trash. You're trying to defend, bro. And it's like you're trying to defend men being trash.
Yeah. By
arguing with the woman based on like probably whatever has gone through.
Experienced.
You feel me?
Which you can't invalidate somebody's experience.
And you can't even beat that. Yeah. Like, she's literally gone through this. Unless you're about to be that one person that shows her otherwise, like, I don't even do it, bro.
I really like the perspective that you're coming with on this. I wasn't expecting it, but
what were you expecting?
I was expecting you to more so, I don't want to say play the victim, but like kind of feed into this idea that, I don't know, because let's talk facts for a second. Okay. Because like I said, there are lots of statistics that show and that prove and push this idea that men have it harder right now. So we can start with the fact that men as a whole are doing very poorly in school at all educational levels, in elementary through college. And speaking of college, men are a lot less likely to graduate than women. So women are 2 times more likely to graduate compared to men. So why do you think that is? Like, that's one fact that kind of shows that, like...
I think that could be a couple of things. I think that could be systematic. I think that could be, what if I didn't want to go to... Like, I don't even think it could be a choice. Like, what if I just never really wanted to go to college? It could be a pressure thing. Like, it stems from... I feel like statistics... That's the one thing about statistics. Like, they're so black and white that I feel like people, it's like art, like people just interpret it however they interpret it.
It's hard to find the theories of why is this happening.
Like, I didn't go to college, but I didn't go to college before, and I was just go to FSU, but like full ride, like GPA, my sister alumni, like cool. You get what I'm saying?
But you chose not to.
Nah, because it just wasn't for me.
If that's one reason, like if less men are choosing to go to school nowadays, because there has been a decrease in men going to college and men graduating. Why do you think that might be?
I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't know why they would choose not to.
There's also the fact that men are increasingly dropping out of work. So
college
of work.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like a lot less men are working. They said a lot more men are
I think I have an idea why.
suffering from drug addiction and alcoholism.
That's crazy.
And that's kind of leading them to not work as much.
Okay.
And I got one theory.
I got a theory
as
too.
to why that might be.
You want to go?
No, you go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so my theory is, it's like dropping out of work, and it goes back to when you said about social media, right? Like how things can impact you. So I'm 29, so I'm still like, I can still be influenced, but it depends on who's the influencer. You get what I'm saying? We're talking about like 20-year-olds. You get what I'm saying? That probably 2 years ago when they're 20 was trying to just run away from home or get away from them or live whatever life they was trying to live. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you get to college and you probably want to party and you don't want to work. You get what I'm saying? And then boom, you quit. So like I said, go back to social media. They're being influenced because you got all these people like, oh, you know, business is easy. Trade is easy. Like just start your LLC and you could da-da-da. And they're like, yeah, I could do that.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, no, you actually have to like
have a skill behind it of some sort.
It's not just a thought. And then like all the fake manifestation ideologies is being sold too. So it's like people are thinking that they can do it on their own with like no foundation. You get what I'm saying? So that I feel like that, because that's going to put you depressed. Because like if I'm not going to say you're a real man or whatever, but I feel like as a man, like, you feel me? What makes you feel good about yourself is when you got that bag. So if you don't got that bag, you're going to get depressed. You feel me? Because you can be like, damn, I'm trying to get that bag. Social media.
That's what leads, right?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. That's what leads, because it's go back to social media. You don't got the bag. Then you're looking at everybody with the bag, and they be fake having the bag. But you look at everybody had a bag. You get what I'm saying? They posting the highlight, and you just like, damn, I just quit. I don't got no income. What am I doing? Then boom, spiral, drug addiction. Now you on the perks. Now you on the oxys. Now you on weed. People think weed can't get addicted. It can definitely get addicted. 100%. It's a substance. You feel me? Now you on the coke, etc. I'm coke, Miami, we in Miami, but etc. etc. So I feel like everything is kind of like a funnel. Yeah. You feel me?
It's like a domino effect.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I know people my age that still ain't figure it out. Like, it's just terrible.
No, yeah, it's sad. It's very sad.
Very sad.
I think you're like spot on with that theory. And this is like,
your theory too,
this is a problem that has probably multiple causes. But one of the theories, one of the reasons that I think it may be, and this is kind of what I want to base everything that I'm talking about today, is like, I want women to analyze themselves and see how we might be contributing to the issues that men have. So I feel like a lot of men might be dropping out of work.
It's going to be interesting.
Because they don't have as much of an incentive to work.
What's supposed to be the incentive?
To provide for your family.
You got to provide for yourself first before you think about a family. For
sure. But you're also working for your wife, for your future family, for the kids that you have. We're not just talking about young men here. It's like older men who are also dropping out of, like, literally not working. So I feel like, and I'm not saying that feminism is to blame for non-working men. I'm just saying that when men have less of an incentive
or responsibility
to work, or they feel less responsible they don't feel like they need to be the man of the house anymore. So maybe that is contributing to why they don't feel like they need to be at work.
I agree with that.
I feel like that might be an issue. And so I feel like women need to kind of step back and ask themselves,
I see where you're going with this.
Why are these men not working? Because maybe it's because they don't feel like they need to anymore, because they have a girl at home.
But that's a slippery slope too. And I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's a slippery slope too, because it's like, this goes into when you were saying women have been deciding to step more into like their feminine side. But like, you have power abusers. So not all men are men yet. So they can't really recognize when a woman decides to step back and allow you to be the man, you feel me? That you can't like abuse that power over her or like hold it over her head. So it's like, I understand what you're saying with, men, wanting to, thinking about families and thinking about, but it's like, bro, you're only going to attract the woman you want if you taking care of your shit. So it just has to start with him. It got to start with you. like you shouldn't even be thinking about nothing else.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Shouldn't be thinking about no family, that's a fantasy. Like all of that is a fantasy. What if you never get
it's not here yet?
Exactly. So, and what if you never like everybody's like living on their inside. So what if you never live up to your own personal potential, and then you never even start a family because you were always living on the outside? Remember what I said earlier? Living on the outside instead of the inside, and that's the problem.
Others, or
that's the problem. People are living on the outside. Like social media has allowed society as a whole to live on the outside and not on the inside.
Yeah,
and that's the issue.
Or to live in this like fantasy alternate reality.
All of that,
where nothing is really going on.
All of that. But you can make it look like something going on though.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And you know what else is scary? That a lot of social scientists and people who are studying this stuff have observed that a lot of these issues, like these statistical problems that men are facing, they fall harder on Black men, which are we surprised after?
We always the topic of discussion though.
I mean, it makes sense after.
The only thing personally, I feel like the only group of people that know Black people's problem are Black people. Like I feel like they just use us as a headline, or it's like a because it's gonna bring whatever to whatever.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, like it's just this. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay, but what about statistically? Like if Black men are dropping out of work more than white or Hispanic or Asian men, or if Black men are more likely to commit suicide.
But you got to understand how statistics work. So let's do it like demographics, right? So there's like 332.5 million people in the United States. You could quote me on that. 332 million people. Let's just say that as approximately, right? 70% of that is white people, right? 17 or like 18% are Black people. So I'm saying that to say this. The way statistics works is because our number is lower, anything that you point out in our group is going to be a higher number,
of course,
than the other group. So it's like, it's easy to say like, oh yeah, more, because you're doing it from a lesser number. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like it's just all just for show. Like they always try to do that for show.
I totally understand what you're saying. And then there will be like Black people who hear these statistics
and it messes with them mentally, and
they'll start saying things like, I've seen people on social media try to say that like us as a society, we're trying to demasculinize young Black boys, and that's why they're growing up to be less successful and they don't want to work and they don't want to do this. Do you feel like that's true?
Who's trying to demasculinize?
Like there are some moms who let their boys just do whatever they want to do, wear a dress or do certain things that people don't view as masculine, even though masculinity is not a monolithic thing. It's not a unitary, stable, concept, but yet they try to make it this, this one thing. And they feel like people aren't bringing up boys the way they should. And they're bringing them up in a way that's not masculine enough. And that's why they're facing the issues that they are.
I feel like yes.
I was going to say, you seem like you agree.
I do. Because women are also the same ones saying, bring back real men, or like let work like men, like what you said earlier about the men thing.
Make men men again.
Exactly. So it's like, if you starting, let's say what would be feminine traits in society, if you're putting that on a child, what you think he about to grow into? You get what I'm saying? So yeah,
I see what you're saying. It's like you're contradicting yourself when you say that.
100%.
And when you put that onto your kid, but then when he grows up, you want to switch it up. I see what you mean. Yeah.
100%. So yeah. I definitely, I might not agree with it holistically. That's something we would have to like dive in, like specifically, but generally I agree with that.
Yeah.
Generally I agree with that. Yeah.
And then that's one theory. And then there's also...
Oh man, okay.
That was like the second theory that we kind of dove into.
True. Yeah.
But a lot of people are saying that it doesn't have to do with toxic masculinity. It doesn't have to do with a lack of masculinity. It has more to do with just these constant societal changes of like people constantly want different things from men, and that's why they can't seem to be grounded in anything, if that makes sense. I feel like
for men or from men?
From a man. They want society, it's hard to say they, but women, society, the
Everyone
ideas
else,
that we
yeah.
throw around, we want different things from men every other week. So it's like, it's hard for them to keep up almost.
But that's why I said it. It all boils back and goes back to we're living from an outside in and not an inside out. No matter what society wants from you, the man is supposed to take and pull from anything, you know, to add to like his own fabric. So it's like if more men were grounded from the root of themselves, that wouldn't be a problem. Because you could be like, yeah, man is supposed to wear dresses. And I could be like, bro, I'm not doing that. Or man, or men should like, I don't know. Like there's so many examples.
Because you're you before you're a man.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
So it's
you don't
like,
care what.
Yeah, like you shouldn't. I don't feel like you shouldn't care about what other people think, but you shouldn't allow it to like just sway you in any. It's like women want like guys in dresses this week. I'm gonna go wear a dress. Women like hood niggas this week. I'm gonna be a hood nigga. Women like business suits this week. I'm gonna put on a business suit. It's like, bro, you was a. I'm trying not to curse.
No, but I know what you mean. Like it has to be your decision.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. It's just a lot of.
I'm cutting that out. No, but I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. I do. It's like, why even care about what any woman has to say on social media? Like, be yourself.
To the point.
To change your entire persona.
Yeah, like you're running from your own identity. Yeah. Like you're not even allowing.
But you have to understand, some people aren't as strong-minded as you. People are swayed by the things that they see on social media, and a lot. And
I'm not saying I'm not.
Yeah.
But it's like, what are you swayed by?
Women. Because be honest, men want women and women want men. Women, as hard as we try, we see ourselves a lot of the time through the male gaze. So we do what we think men like.
But y'all do it tasteful. Men don't do it tasteful. No, fool. Men, because I can't say the N-word. Men don't do it tasteful, bruh. Like, I like.
How do they do it then?
I ain't trying to go on dudes because they're going to be like, oh, you trying to.
You're a pick-me guy.
Yeah, I ain't trying to do that to them.
No, I
But y'all just don't be doing it tasteful, bro. Like, man, I'm not trying to be a hater, but just whoever sees this, me, her, else, like, bro, just reevaluate yourself. Yeah. Like, really look at yourself. Yeah. Because it's not, there's taste is lost. Like, there's no more taste makers.
Yeah. And find yourself. Because you give me the air of somebody who knows themselves. Yeah,
but I'm 29.
Right.
You feel me? So I knew what I wanted to do, who I was. Early. And yeah, since I was 12 years old. But that's a whole story. Like that was a defense mechanism that I built because people used to pick on me when I was a kid because of how I looked. Yeah. So I knew who I was and what I wanted to do, how I wanted to go about it, all of that. That doesn't activate in people. That's why this is a hard kind of conversation. Because like you said, we need to individualize. You guys are not all the same. No. Men are not all the same. No. So you guys don't go through the same things. You guys don't think the same way. No. You don't go about life the same way. And then take that thought, and we're not all the same. And then dudes are trying to be carbon copies of each other. Like. And trying to fit this mold. It don't make no sense. Yeah. Like, what? Yeah.
I think the definition of masculinity is always going to be constantly changing. So if you pay too much attention to that, it's going to be hard for you at the end of the day.
I don't think it's changing, though.
You don't think so?
I think, me personally, I think there's literally a few traits. I mean, I could be missing some because I'm only 29. But I feel like there's a few traits that actually... and like circle around masculinity. Take care of your people, take care of your family, teach your kids right. If you have a wife, take care of your wife and just do right. Take care of your business. Like everything else under those 5 traits will fall into line. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, if you're doing all those things and you want to wear heels, bro, wear your heels. Like, Prince is one of the most lit people on earth that walked this earth, and he did whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't, like I said, it doesn't have an image to me. It's just like, you know, because I know some men 5'8", girly as hell,
that are more masculine than,
and will, how do I say this? They'll handle somebody my size with 30 more pounds in a fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like, I don't think it has an image. I just think that it's about how you carry yourself and respecting people. And, you know, like, when you leave a room or enter a room, like, are people talking about you positively or they're talking about you negatively? Like, that's masculine to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you a leader? Like, what traits do you possess as a leader? Are you leading one person? You feel me? Or are you leading one group of people? You could, like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of men nowadays, they want to, because of social media, like, that's like our focal point, right?
It really is.
They want to, like, they think they have the capacity to lead all these people to wherever. And it's like, bro, like, you
haven't done anything
and
yet.
you can't even lead yourself.
That too.
So, you know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like masculinity doesn't have an identity. It's just like character traits. You know what I'm saying? It's just like morals, principles, ethics. Like, that's really it.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
You thought this was gonna go a different way.
I definitely did. But see, that's why I like you, because you bring out a new perspective for me. Okay. And you make me think about things a different way. Okay. And you're unpredictable. So it's not like I said, not every man is the same. You don't have to say what I think you're going to say in order for it to be a great conversation.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah, and I think it was.
That's a fact.
Thank you, Keel.
Thank you.
Kilo. Did you drink any of your tea?
Did you drink any of your tea?
No.
See, outside in.
Thank you for talking with me.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll see you in the next episode.
Bless.